I don't give much advice because I think the worst vice in the world is advice. But I'll tell you this: uh, never trust anybody who doesn't like horses. And I mean, never trust anybody who doesn't like horses. But there's a flip side to that. Here's the flip side, and I'll tell you about it. This is something I learned the hard way. It came to pass that there was an individual who fancied themselves quite a horseman. They had horses, and they rode horses. They rode English, of course, and they had the little shirt and the little jacket and the little helmet and all that good stuff. So they were a real horse person. And came to pass that they expressed an interest in some of the things that I was doing with my pony. At the time, I had just gone through some jousting exercises with my brother Rick, and he took me through the drill, and we learned to do that. And it was quite enjoyable. My horse loved it. He loved jousting. So this person wanted to, know something about that. I said, sure, come on over and I'll show you what we did. So I said, they came over and I said, well, go ahead and mount up Kelsey here, and he knows the drill, and I'll show you what we did. So the first thing that happened was they went to mount up and couldn't get a foot in the stirrup. Kelsey walked off on him. Walked right off. Unusual for him. He stood real still for me and for my lady and for a couple of little kids that I had ride him. He didn't generally walk off, but he walked off on this person. And he did it 3, 4, 5 times. So I stood in front of him, kept him solid so they could mount up. They got in the saddle. And I went over to where I had some equipment. I said, okay, come on over here and I'll show you some stuff. Now, Kelsey was an easy rider. I rode him. My lady rode him. As I mentioned, a couple of little kids had I had a kid ride him bareback for a while. No problem. And this individual got in the saddle and could not get him to take one single step. Not one. Tried everything. He wasn't moving. He didn't so much as twitch a muscle for that individual. That person got so embarrassed that they made up some harebrained excuse and, dismounted. And he almost didn't stand still for the dismount either. They had one foot still in the stirrup, and he was walking off, saying, "Yeah, good riddance." And that's I find this interesting because in future interactions, I remember in retrospect noting how odd it was that when this person was around, he would walk off. He did not want this individual to be within his 10-foot circle. Well, what I found out was, the hard way, the very hard way, that this individual was basically a psychopath, a manipulative, narcissistic psychopath. And it took me a long time to figure it out. He knew it right away. First time he met him, he got their number. I wish I had been smart enough to listen to him then. Would have saved me a lot of grief. But anyway, it's true that you should never trust anybody who doesn't like horses. But also, I think you should never trust anybody that your horse doesn't like. Word to the wise on that one.